Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to this webinar. It's all about Stripe today and our new integration. So let's get right into this. Just so you know, these are slides. This is because I don't want you to wait for the loading times between the screens. That's why I'm using slides. That means sometimes I might make some mistakes, but overall this will make things much faster. All right, so once you are in your MailerLite dashboard, go to the top right drop-down menu and click Integrations. Now scroll down a little bit, and here you'll have the Stripe integration. Just click Use and make sure this is connected. If it's not, you'll see this Connect with Stripe button. Click Stripe, put in your email, your password, and connect. Click Continue to connect MailerLite with Stripe. And that's all it is. Then you're connected. Once you're connected, you'll see the disconnect button and you will see this link to the Stripe dashboard. And if you click that, you'll go straight to your Stripe dashboard. And before I show you how the blocks work, I wanted to show you some of the things that are good to set and others that are very important to set within your Stripe dashboard. And the less important thing is the payment methods. I mean, they are important, but they are not essential. You can still take payments if you don't set this up. But depending on the country, you'll have different payment methods here. So you can find the ones that are more popular with your country and try to activate them, connect them with Stripe. So then you can use that within MailerLite. So I'm not going to change anything here. I'm going to go back to the settings here. Then the customer portal. Now this is an essential thing you should turn on. Allow customers to cancel their subscription. Make sure this is turned on and you can cancel it immediately or cancel at the end of the billing period. I'm just going to leave this like this, cancel at the end of the billing period. Now I'm going to scroll down here and click Save. And what's going to happen is if you click Save, you'll get these little red text. It means you need to have these links before you can start using Stripe. You need to have your terms of service link here and your privacy policy. So I'm going to just paste in MailerLite.com/terms. And just so you know, a lot of the links I post here, they're not real links. In this case, this is not a real link. And there we go, the privacy policy. And now when you don't have that red text, well, you can click Save. And you see it does says required. So I'm going to click Save here. Now it's saved. Now I can go back to the settings. And now at the bottom here, branding. This is not an essential setting, but you can set up your branding over here. So you can add an icon, logos, brand colors, accent colors, etc., etc. Let's go back to settings. And another very important setting is in the emails. Just make sure there is this successful payment message. The email. So once someone buys, they get an email and they know they actually purchased something. And also in that email, there is they're able to go to their billing settings, and that will allow them to cancel if they wish to do so. And without that, they will not have that email, and it will be difficult for them to find that information without that. So please turn this on here. And that's about it. Just click Save and you're ready to go. Now let's go to products. For this to work, of course, you have to have products. And I actually created a $5 monthly newsletter subscription product here and a guidebook for $10 over here. And if you want to edit these products, well, you click the edit button here. And this is how it looks. It looks very similar, which I'll show you in a moment. If you're creating a new product, this looks exactly the same. Of course, it's not pre-filled. So you need the name and the description. This is what MailerLite uses. So if you want to have this information in MailerLite, once you're creating your offer on your landing page or your website, well, you will need to have this here. And the image, of course. And here are the payment informations. The payment information is here. $5 a month, standard pricing, and reoccurring, and billing period is monthly. Now you can collapse this, or if you scroll down, I'm going to just collapse this. You'll see this add another price. So you can have the same product with different prices. For example, I'm going to click add. In MailerLite, you're only allowed to use the standard pricing type. So you're not able to use these package pricing, graduated pricing, or volume pricing types. So just remember to keep the standard pricing here. Then you can give it a price. I'm going to give it $10. And let's scroll down. If you click one-time payment, all this is just going to collapse. So I'm just going to go back to reoccurring because that's what I'm dealing with now, or my reoccurring newsletter product. The monthly payment is $1, is $5. But if I'm going to pick every 3 months, if you choose to pay every $10, you'll save $5, right? Because you're going to get 3 months for $10. And that is about it. Let's scroll down. You can add, see here, you can add another price if you want, and you can keep on adding those prices. Once you're done, just go ahead and click Save Price, Save Product, and this is the overview of your product. You see there are 2 prices, newsletter, subscription, and here are these 2 prices. You can go ahead and go back to that edit page by clicking Edit Product here. You can delete the product, archive the product, and edit. This does the same thing. It just takes you back. You can also add another pricing just from here, so you don't have to click edit. This is a little quicker way, and this is basically the same information that we saw on that other screen. I'm going to go ahead and click cancel, back to products, and now we see 2 prices here and 1 price here. If you want to add a new product, just click this button over here. Just fill all the stuff here, fill all the things there, and you're ready to go. I'm not going to create a new product. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this off. And these are the 2 products again. Now I'm going to go back to the dashboard in MailerLite. Here we are again. Now to use the blocks, well, we need to have a site. So let's go to sites. You can either use it on one of the sites you already created on a website or landing page, or create a new one. This time I'm going to create a landing page. Give it a name. I'm just going to call it a sales page. Save and continue. Scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to choose weekly newsletter. Click Save and Continue. Choose a template, of course. Hover over the template. If you want to preview, just click this button, but I'm just going to go ahead and select it. And here we go. So this is a food site, and let's say you want to sell some kind of book with recipes. Then what you do is click blocks. But before I do that, I just wanted to let you know there are videos that I go deeper into the website builder and into the landing page builder. So if you want to go ahead, you can find those on YouTube later on or in our support section. So I am not going to go deeply into the editor. I'm just going to talk about these 2 blocks during this webinar because we have a ton of these blocks. As if you're using MailerLite, you probably know about this. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and once you activate those Stripe blocks, you will see them here, and they will be available. If you do not connect MailerLite with Stripe, they're just going to be grayed out. And this is the one-time purchase block. And normally I can just drag and drop this over here, but because I'm using slides, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm just going to pretend I'm doing it. So whoop, there we go. I dragged and dropped it over here. I'm going to scroll down so we can actually see it. And here is that block. If we hover over it, we'll see the block settings. Most blocks, you can just click it. Some more advanced blocks, you cannot do that. You'll have to click this edit button here. In this case, you can just click the block and you'll see the settings for it. The most important one is over here, of course, Stripe. And in the meantime, if you're adding new things, I'm just going to click guidebook because that's what I want. I chose the guidebook from this drop down. But in the meantime, if you're adding things to Stripe and you don't see it in that drop down, just go ahead and click this refresh button here. And you can also, click the link here. It's a quick access link that will take you to your Stripe dashboard. All right, so let's scroll a little so we see this book. Well, this is not a recipe book actually, but you can imagine if you're having a website about food, this would be the title, and the book would be a recipe book or whatever you wish. Okay, and then you can choose things like add the people to a group. For example, you can have a group called Purchased Guidebook or Purchased Recipe Book. You can also create a custom field called similar thing, right? Purchased Book, and have that added to the database of your subscribers, of your clients. I'm not gonna do any of these here. I'm just gonna let the people add the book. I'm just going to allow people to buy the book. All right, what do we have here? So that's that. You can change the checkout text if you want it to be different. You can have the digital product report book or whatever on the right side if you want, on the top side if you want. And let's go back to this left side here. And also, you can't see this because the cover is black, but there's a little triangle here. Once you hover over the block, you'll see it here, and you're able to drag this image and make it smaller. So like really, you can drag it right from here. Then you can play around with the settings over here. But before we do that, let's go over the other things here. The success message, this is it over here. Same thing, if you hover over it, you'll see this highlight. You can then highlight the text you want and edit it using this pop-up over here. I usually don't use this HTML button. You can change the format to a heading 1 if you want. You can bold or unbold the text, italics, underline. You can create a list. You can link it to something. You can change the size of it, the color of it, of course, and you can align it, but I am not going to do that. And once you add a link here, for example, this is not a real link, but MailerLite.com/downloads, the button will reappear, and in the settings, you can change the colors of the button. Okay, but let's go back to the product view. And just so you know, the link here, you don't actually add the book to MailerLite. You have it on in your whatever you use for holding your files, for example, Dropbox or Google Drive, etc. You can turn off the image if you wish to here, but I'm going to leave it, and you can exclude the description too if that's something you would like to do. But again, I'm going to leave that here. Then this button, I don't like it because it's centered. I want it to be aligned to the left. So let's go into settings here. And while we're here, we're just going to change some other things. You can make the content width medium instead of wide. Adjust block height to screen size if you wish. So the person who is viewing this block will see the whole block on their screen. And this will adjust to the mobile device or whatever they're using. And we can have a card view if we want. Then we can change the alignment of this part. We can have it at the top, at the bottom. I'm going to keep it at the middle, and the block ratio. We can have it equal, or the ratio can be connected to the text or the media. I'm going to leave it equal again. Change the background here. This is the background of the block. So I can change it I can make it darker. Okay, and the card, which is the part inside the block. I mean, this is also part of the block, the background, but the card part of the block. So I'm not going to change the color of it, but I'm going to take away the border color. I'm going to make it white. I could have also just changed the border size here to 0, would be the same thing. And I'm going to turn on the shadow, so you can see here it's pretty plain now. And if I turn on the shadow, you'll see it pop out a little. There we go. And of course, what I really wanted to do was align the button to the left, change the corners, make them a little more sharper. And that's it. We're done with that. I'm going to click Save. Now I'm going to scroll down a little here, and I'm going to add the recurring purchase block right over here. Now, this is a slide again. Normally, you're just going to be drag and dropping it. I'm just going to click it, and it will magically appear here. Here it is. Again, I'll click it. I'll choose the 2 products that I have created. And this will, if you use the subscription block, the recurring payment block, it's only going to show the recurring payment products. So we only have 2. When we were using the one-time purchase block, well, we only had 1 product, because that's how many products I created within Stripe. So I'm going to use this monthly $5 newsletter product. Action after successful checkout. So once someone checks out, pays for the product, what's going to happen is they will be added to a group, interest group. I'm gonna paste in paid, and that will search for that group I created, paid newsletter. You can also create a new group by just clicking here, and action after cancel. So when they cancel the newsletter, I'm gonna go ahead and click here, remove from group, and I'm gonna choose the exact same group. I'm gonna type in paid here to find that paid newsletter group I have. And there we go. So when they pay for it, they'll join that group. And when they when they cancel the membership, they will be taken away from that group and they will not receive that paid newsletter anymore. Now, this webinar is all about Stripe. If you want, you can also look at the automation webinars or some of the tutorials on YouTube about the automations. And then you can create an automation for this group. So when someone joins the group, you can tell them about what's going to happen, how you can tell them more about what they just purchased. Of course, you also don't have to create a whole automation. You can just you can also put that in the thank you message once someone subscribes. Let's change this button here now. Also, let's make it align. Let's go to settings, button, align to the left, click save. Align to the left, change the corners here, click save. And this is more in the middle because I changed a lot of the settings here, and this is more to the left, but I'm just gonna go really quickly and choose medium right now. And then it's still not aligned exactly. I can use the show content in card. There we go. Of course, I don't have to do that, but I like when things are aligned. Let's click save. And then let's go ahead and scroll. So this is the newsletter product. And if you scroll up, this is the other product we created, which is a one-time purchase product. One-time purchase. Save and publish. Here we go. Here are the settings. Of course, you can use your custom domain if you connected it to MailerLite, and you can use the MailerLite domain we have available here for you, and then just highlight the text here and paste in whatever you want or type in whatever you want. I'm going to call it food newsletter. Change the favicon. This is what shows up in your tab. Put in all the SEO settings. The social share settings are good if you're going to be sharing this on Facebook. You can choose the exact image to share, and the social description and the social share title is here. Analytic and custom code. This is pretty cool because you can turn on heat maps for your landing page or add any analytics you use. And once you're done, save and continue. And here we go. This is the overview. These are the page settings we were just talking about. These are the subscribe to groups settings. Everyone who subscribes using a form, we didn't add a form today, but this is why this setting is here. In the beginning, we chose a group which people would subscribe to. That is for any forms we use. And of course, the analytics, the automation, the domains, please view the landing page tutorial for that. But we're interested in Stripe. Here it is. One more thing before we do that, we can just go ahead and look at how the page looks. So we can copy the URL here, create a new tab, put it in here, press enter, and here is the page. And if we scroll down, we'll see the product. Here's the full screen mode of the product. This one is not full screen. That block is not full screen. And if someone clicks checkout, they will see the checkout. And you will have more available purchasing options if you added them to Stripe. And here it is. All right, so let's say we are done with this. Let's go back. Let's go to Stripe, to the Stripe settings, and see what else we have here. We have the analytics, which will start showing once people are actually start purchasing. The digital product is here. This is what your subscribers will get once they purchase once they purchase a product using that one-time purchase block. And you can edit this email here. This is the download. They can also download it here. And if you click this, you can go ahead and change the text on the right here. Here are the variables if you want to use that. If you're only selling one or two products, you don't really need to use that. You can just put in the name of the product instead of the variable here. Because the variables that we have in MailerLite are a little different, and these will not work. They're not connected with Stripe. That's something that might happen in the future, but currently it doesn't show up here. So you have to type in the variables manually. And to see these variables, you probably have access to them somewhere in Stripe in their help pages, but in MailerLite, we can also help you with that. Just go to MailerLite resources. By the way, for more webinars, you can go ahead and click here. But if you're looking for that Stripe, so for those Stripe variables, go to knowledge base, click read the guide, type in Stripe here, click the magnification glass, search glass, and click this article here. And here you have what variables can be used in Stripe. Just go ahead and click that. And here are all the variables you can use within MailerLite that will pull the information out from Stripe. All right, let's go back here now. Click save once you're done here. And once you're done with editing this part here, just go ahead and click save. And you can change the colors right over here. All the colors you see, the button settings are here. This is the way our campaign builder, our newsletter builder works. This is the exact same builder. So here you have the color settings, etc. And on the left side, you have all the blocks that you can use. You can find them here. Find different categories from the drop down, or just scroll through this and look for the blocks you might want to use. Maybe you want to add a video, a thank you video, or whatever. Find them over here, and once you're done, click save here. And it's the same thing. It's drag and drop. You just drag these blocks into the newsletter. Once you're finished, click save. And we're back to the Stripe page. This is the digital product we were just editing a moment ago. And the subscription started. So once you click through Stripe, and once you added the possibility for your subscribers to cancel their subscription, once you've done that, you'll be able to use this subscription cancel settings here. So when someone buys a digital product, this is the email they're getting. Once they purchase a subscription, this is the email they're getting, which you can edit in the same way we just edited the digital product. And then once someone cancels, they will get this email where they can look into the billing information and their billing information. But they won't get this email if you hadn't set that thing within Stripe. And that is pretty much it. Let's go back to the overview. This is the overview again. You can, if you're adding any forms for newsletters, I would suggest you turn on that double opt-in, and you're ready for business, truly ready for business. So thank you very much for watching this webinar. For more webinars, go to MailerLite.com/webinars. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.